everybody, Kenzie here. So today I'm going to be doing a drugstore makeup look. I do use drugstore makeup. I use but mostly I use a lot of their lip products. Those are usually like my favorite to use. I don't use like a lot of foundation or of their but I use a lot of also their eye products. I use a lot of NYX stuff. I just don't really feature it on my channel that much, I guess. But somebody asked me to do a drugstore makeup look, so I went to Ulta and bought some makeup to do some drugstore makeup, and I'm really excited. Some of this I have used before. I just have never put it on my channel or whatever. So yeah, some of them I'm trying it for the first time, so it's gonna be partially a first impression. So the foundation I got, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I used to use Maybelline's Dream Mousse foundation when I was a toddler. I didn't buy brushes because just a lot of my brushes really aren't that expensive in the first place, so we didn't invest in brushes. I'm sorry. I use a lot of e.l.f. brushes and Sony Cashier brushes anyways, and I have a few Morphe and a few Crown and Luxie brushes, but otherwise for the most part I don't use fancy brushes. I'm hoping this matches my skin. This could totally not match my skin. I don't think the concealer is the right color, but that's the only problem I have with drugstore foundations, or just drugstore in general, is you can't test things. Getting an eyebrow pencil was almost impossible because I couldn't test it, and that was annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this in with my Crown foundation brush. This is actually a pretty good match for my foundation, because I do love my Born This Way foundation, but the only problem I have with it is the color isn't the most close match to. And it's 11 o'clock and you're currently putting makeup on your face. I live an extravagant life, y'all. I'm gonna try and build it up the coverage. So in just a few places, my chin and my cheeks are a few places that, and then my forehead a bit. I just feel like I need a little bit more. Let's see if this can be buildable coverage. Might be better to use a beauty blender, in all honesty. But my cheeks just aren't getting the coverage that I'd like, because I get a lot of redness in my cheeks, and I want more coverage there. Same with my chin. Right where I put foundation on, it's taking it right off. So not really buildable coverage, so I would say this is light to medium coverage. I decided to go with the Maybelline Master Concealer. I think this is not my color though, at all. Yeah, it's a little too peachy. I'm going to use my Crown brush. It's a concealer brush. Just see how it moves the product around here. Okay, I like it a little bit better. It just is not as brightening as I'd want. But this was the lightest shade. It's the only thing that sucks. Some brands are really great for color selections. Others are not. I was looking at the L'Oreal Lumi something foundation. I don't know what it's called. And they have no shades for that. If you're anything besides some shade of pale-ish, it's kind of impossible, I think. I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer on the high points just to do it the way I usually would. I think definitely next time if I use this foundation, I will use it with a beauty blender. Just because I think it dries really quickly. I think that's the problem. For the translucent powder, I got the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless just because I figured it will go well. By the way, I picked the shade 100. Oh, I didn't even say. In the Fit Me foundation, I'm shade 110 Porcelain, and then in the Master Concealer, I'm 10 Fair. So I'm just taking this brush. It's really old, and I use it for everything, and I'm just gonna set. This is its translucent, so you never know with stuff. I really like my Ofra. The reason I really like my Ofra one is because it's got a bit of a white hue to it, so it can kind of brighten up my face a little bit more. So since this is matte, I don't really know if you need to set this, but it might transfer really bad. I don't know though. That'd be the one thing. So I'm just kind of The one thing I really do like about this foundation is that my pores look pretty good. Okay, so that's good. I actually really like this. I would probably use this for my face because, like, I don't really like having the white Ofra stuff all over my face, so it's a good thing. Okay, so for brows, brow pencils are hard at the drugstore, I think. I know everybody raves about L'Oreal ones, but I couldn't find one that matched me because I am a redhead right now. So I needed something like Auburn, and nothing was Auburn except this Maybelline one. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Crayon. Jeez. In Auburn. And, like, honestly, I'm really, like, not picky about brow products. I use, like, a million different brow products. I used to use Eyeshadow as a brow product, which was cheap, until I broke it. Then that was not so great. So, if I could find something that's not the Anastasia Brow-Wiz thingy, I would honestly be really happy because it's so expensive and it doesn't last that long. I think the only problem is, like, for me is, like, with the drugstores, you need, like, more color options. Like, I watched a video by Jackie Aina the other day and she was like, there's no, like, shade ranges. And, like, until I was looking at drugstore makeup, I didn't really, like, notice that. Until I was looking. So we got a lot of product in these. I like this. This is actually nice. Now the problem with also the drugstore, they don't sell like any sort of eyeshadow primer, and I also like shadow primer or something. If you're gonna splurge on, definitely splurge on eyeshadow primer. I love both Urban Decay Primer Potion and Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I've really just been using Too Faced Shadow Insurance more lately. Okay, I think like just like a good eyeshadow primer can go such a long way. This is the Maybelline The Nudes palette, which looked really pretty and just nice for like a really simple look. If you're looking to get started into makeup and you don't want to like spend a lot of money on a palette, but you want something with a lot of options, Morphe is really, really, really inexpensive. Both of these palettes were $20 each, and some people might think that's a lot of money, but even like a basic like a chocolate bar palette from Too Faced, any sort of naked palette from Urban Decay is $52, and those have 12 shadows in them. So these are 35 shadows each, and they're $19. Let's do the math quick. So if you get it, it's basically 57 cents per shadow. That's cheap. So I think if you're definitely like wanting to get into makeup and trying it, definitely look into Morphe because they're really inexpensive. Like, Morphe's so super affordable and their quality is like top notch. That's a 35N palette and this is a 35S palette. I love both of these palettes. You can see a tutorial I did of them with the, I did a fall bronze smoky eye look, and I will link it below. I'm going to be using this Nudes palette today, so I'm going to start with just like setting my eye area with kind of like a basic color. So this is like a matte shade. I don't know. They don't have names, so I'm just gonna set the all over area. Which this doesn't, I mean, this is like a color that's like basically my skin tone, so. Next, I'm gonna go in with this color right here. It's kind of like a deeper taupey color. Taupe, however you say it, and I'm just going to put that in my crease area. Brush. Now all the brushes I'm using, well right now, the two with these kind of like pink synthetic brushes and then these colorful handles, these are both Sony Kashuk. I got them last year. You can get a set of Sony Kashuk brushes for like $35 and they usually have about 10 brushes in them, so it is a pretty good deal. I really like Sony Kashuk brushes, so. Next I'm going to go in with a little bit of a deeper shade, this color right here in the palette. And also focus that in my upper V area. So far there's no follow from these, so like that's actually awesome. I really do like that. I'm just kind of creating a really simplistic everyday kind of an eye look. I don't want to do nothing too crazy. I'm going to take a Luxie 237 blending brush. I'm going to take this black color and just focus it really on like the outer. This is looking a lot like my Marilyn Monroe look. But we're going to try and not make it look like that. So bear with me here. We're gonna get it a little, we're just getting a little smoky up in here. This actually is not too bad. I do actually like this palette. It'd be good for traveling, actually. It reminds me a bit of my Naked Smoky palette, which I don't reach for that often just because, like, I don't know, I just don't. When you have a lot of, like, palettes, it's, like, hard to remember, like, specific colors if they're not, like, really, like, eye-catching, especially, like, the Naked Smoky. I think, like, Urban Decay definitely could have made it something more than just, like, one with, like, a few gray tones in it. I think it's pretty to create really simplistic looks, but smoky eyes for me, I like doing really dramatic, so. Quick reviews by Kenzie Benzie 106 on YouTube. I'm just, like, slowly building up this black color FYI. I said I was gonna go light, but I'm usually, like, black is not a color I'm scared to use. This one isn't, like, super duper pigmented, so that's almost better sometimes because you can just build it up really well. Because sometimes I think the problem with black is, like, it's so pigmented, you put too much on and then basically you have a black eye, so that is something that is a downfall. I think I'm gonna go with this, like, kind of goldy color with this, like, white color and, like, mix them together to use it as my lid color. But I'm just gonna use my finger, just because I can. That's why. I don't know. Oh, she's pretty. I'm gonna take this, like, brown color, it's kind of shimmery, and put that on my brush and kind of blend it around the light stuff, if that makes any sense what I'm saying. And just kind of, like, blend it. Now I'm gonna take this white color and put it as my, like, inner corner highlight, even though I've, like, contaminated it with the gold color. It's totally fine. Inner corner highlight. I'm basically just taking the three colors I used in my my crease and I'm using them to smoke out my under eye area. Also leading with the black right on the corner, but not bringing the black any further in the outer corner. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to be using a eyeliner, which this is an eyeliner I use all the time. It's the Define line by Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. And I'm gonna tightline and waterline. Tightline and waterline. Whoa. I think mascara at the drugstore is so good. One of my favorite mascaras is the Lashblast Volume by Covergirl. It's such, like, a basic mascara, but I think it's so great. I actually really like the way my lashes are looking today, so we're actually not going to do falsies, but the great thing about falsies with me is that's literally almost the only place I buy falsies is at the drugstore. It's one of my favorite places to get false lashes. They last a super long time. My favorite are the Eyelure lashes. They're super inexpensive. They're like $7. They usually range from like $4 to $7, and they're just so great. You can use them literally a million times. If you get a lot of glue in them, you can just soak them in some Mersol water, and, like, all the glue just, like, comes right off all the mascara, and you can use them again. They're great. That's, like, really the only place I ever get eyelashes. So I got this NYX matte bronzer, and the funny thing is this is the lightest shade that they had, and it is in the shade Deep Tan. I was like, okay. Which on the foundation, looking pretty good, in all honesty. So I'm just gonna bronze up this area here. Alright, next we're gonna be doing some blush, and I got one of these baked blushes by NYX because I've heard some really great things about them, and I love, like, literally any NYX product I've ever tried. I really love. This is one of their baked blushes in the shade, what color is this? Foreplay. Ow.
Oh.
This is in the shade Foreplay, I guess. Oh, I really like this. This is really pretty. This is gorgeous. This is a good blush. I do like, it does have glitters in it, but honestly, you can't even, like, tell once you put it on your cheeks. So now we're gonna do some highlighter, which I was very excited to get. I got the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Powder Glow Luminizer Blush and Highlighter. Yeah, that was a mouthful. This is in the shade N202 Rose. And we're just going to kind of swirl it all around. Ooh, that gives you some glow. I can see where you can use it as a blush, I guess, because of the rose shade. They say, you know, beat your face for, like, the back row. I'm beating my face for, like, people down the block. Like, if they can't see my highlight, there's a problem. Honestly, though, this was $13. I'm like, that's, again, expensive. 9 grams for $13, and this is $29, and you get 15 grams. I would splurge and get this. You will never run out of this because it's so pigmented. Alright, the last thing we're doing is lipstick, and honestly, drugstore lipstick is my favorite thing. I'm not really big. The only time I really splurge on lipstick is the NARS Audacious lipsticks and Jeffree's lipsticks, which aren't really that much of a splurge. Otherwise, like, I really love NYX, any sort of NYX lip products. I really love any and all of the Maybelline lipsticks. These are 2 L'Oreal lipsticks I have right here. I'm not sure which color I want to do. This one's called Cinnamon Toast, and this one's called Toasted Almond. So I'm not sure what color to do today. I think, like, I don't know, I just love lipsticks from the drugstore. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I think that, like, drugstore makeup is really great, and if you are just getting started, there's no reason, like, to be like, I can't afford expensive makeup. That's totally fine. Like, honestly, like, I think that, like, you can create all sorts of looks no matter what kind of products you are using, like, at all. So I really think that it's just, like, finding everything that you like, because, like, there's some high-end stuff that is, like, I hate and, you know, would never pay the price for, and I think that, like, there's, like, definitely low-end stuff that's way better. I will list all the products below and the prices, and then maybe sometime I will do some more of these. If you like this, you know, give a thumbs up, and I can totally do more drugstore videos, you know, or I could do, like, a dupe video, some, like, high-end versus, like, low-end, like, dupey stuff. Also, there's so much stuff online, too. Like, ColourPop is a really, really inexpensive brand. Makeup Geek is a really inexpensive brand when you get, like, their individual eyeshadows. Morphe's a really great brand. You can get some really cheap brushes off of there and some really cheap makeup palettes off of there. I definitely recommend looking at Morphe if you are wanting to get started and want a wide variety of colors. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you watch my previous video. And, yeah, I have nothing else to say. So, thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.